when you talk about immediate things that we can do directly as a community, I believe these are things that we can do that can have a massive impact. Like if that became as popular as everything else we do, like imagine if entrepreneurship became as popular with Black boys as sports is. Like we'd be the best in the world at it because we accelerate everything we do. We dominate everything we do, right? So I want to ask you this, man. Could you, because I tell you, man, when you started the Big Three League, I thought that was so extraordinary because I've always been confused. I've always been like, wait a minute, Black people are the best athletes in the world. We used to own the best sports leagues in the world until we had the whole Jackie Robinson effect, right? We gave all that up so a couple guys could get a job. I never understood why guys don't have their own league, but you created the Big Three. And I would love it if you could share what you can in terms of the mindset of not just the creation of the Big Three, but just this idea that you became a playmaker in your life. Because most rappers don't go on and make blockbuster movies and start sports leagues, right? So what mindset carries you to do sort of one new venture after another and create your own reality in the way that you have? Because I think these brothers need to hear that.
Well, when I first started to, do music, I was fortunate enough to be around people who had to make their own way, had to carve their own way. Doing West Coast hip hop, we were really looking at us as we have to figure out how to break into, hip hop on a major level, like the East Coast groups at the time, which were the superstar groups. And so I seen people put their money where their mouth is. I seen people take risks and do things that wasn't comfortable and were, nerve-wracking at the time. But I noticed if you can keep your nerve and if you can play things out, that if they're supposed to work out, usually they will. So seeing that, with people like Lonzo Williams and seeing that, who Lonzo, he was our, the head of the Wrecking Crew. And then come with Easy.
I met him in LA. He came to my event in LA. I like that brother. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude, a lot of energy. And so Easy seeing him do it, going from being a hustler to getting into the music business and kind of finding his way. It kind of showed me like you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to take a chance sometime. But really when I met John Singleton too to do Boys in the Hood, and he looked at me and he said, "When are you gonna write your movie? Because don't expect Hollywood to come up and give you scripts that's gonna be good as this, because it ain't a lot of scripts for Black people in Hollywood." So that made me think, okay, wow, I gotta take, I don't know nothing about Hollywood, I don't know how it works, but now I'm learning that if I want to do good work, I gotta take the initiative to do it myself. And from doing videos and all these things just showed me, don't be scared to take that step. Especially if it's something you believe in, something that you're passionate about, something that you know is gonna work. The only thing that holds you back sometimes is you and the work ethic you want to put into it. And if you're dedicated to do whatever it takes, not nothing illegal, not nothing criminal, but doing whatever it takes to make it and doing whatever it takes for this to work, you got a shot. You got a shot at your business, your idea, or whatever working. If you're just looking for the outcome, you're just looking for the dollars it can make and this it can do, then you'll probably fall short before you get to the point where you're happy. So I'm saying, so, I learned to be happy with the work and contributing and doing something that kept me, alive inside, than, worrying about the outcome as much. You get the work right, and then you usually get the outcome you want. You know what I mean? You worry about the outcome, you usually don't get the work right. So, you know, it's just having that courage. You know, you don't know, you're not always going to start off with as much money as you need, but you got to start off with as much passion as you need. You got to start off with as much knowledge as you need. You got to know the game you're getting into. So with basketball, we just wanted to do something we knew nobody wanted to do. You know, we wanted to, you know, just as a fan, I wanted to see this. You know, these 7-footers and these, you know, pros who still got it playing 3-on-3 basketball. So just as a fan, I wanted to see that, you know, and be able to be a part of it. So putting it together, it was all about, you know, okay, now how could this really work? So now it's a project. It goes from being a fan to a project to it lays out, the business model works. Oh, this could actually be a business. So from there, you start to say, okay, what do I need to make this a business? And then understand that most businesses, you're going to lose money for the first 3-4 years, most of the time, not all the time. So you got to be ready for that. So these are the things you got to these are the stages. You know, it goes from passion to plan to an actual business model. What would it take to work? Because it's easier to do it on paper than that. Just go out and do it and then spend a lot of money and then figure it out on the fly. You figure it out on paper first. What can work, what's not going to work, why. Do as much as that. And then if you feel it, go for it. Go for it.
I love it.